the dudes who lived in the trailer, they were regular trailer park attractive, but if they were less than that, I wouldn't have watched the show. I wouldn't. Just no. I'm done. I'm done with that. I am Jaydelnegro, and welcome to the next 40. With this episode here, I plan to just talk about something light. This is going to be part one of a two-part series about entertainment. Nothing heavy. Nothing that's going to make you think harder than you need to, because that's kind of what I'm looking for out of entertainment right now. If you want to reach out to me, you can do so by sending me an email at jaydelnegro@gmail.com, or look everywhere on the internet for Jaydelnegro. Every single time you find it, it's going to be me. Sit back, enjoy. Jaydelnegro talk about television. A couple of episodes ago on my podcast, the Don't Judge Me podcast, my co-host Sir Nigel asked the question, what's something to the effect of, what's a television show that you can just watch in the background? We had a guest on, Ricky. She gave an answer. Nigel gave an answer. I could not come up with an answer. And I could not come up with an answer because I don't watch television, which isn't true, but still true. What I mean by I don't watch television, there's no longer appointment television for me. And I don't know if that's because of my brain being rewired, or if it's because I'm into other things, or if it's because there's nothing good on television, or if it's because of all of the above, some of the above, most of the above. I don't know why. I don't really watch television. That's just the honest truth. I don't watch television. Not true. Just like I said, true, not true. I don't know what to watch. I don't line up for television. I don't care about television. There are things I enjoy watching, but for the most part, like, TV's dead to me. Dead in the water. Dead and stinking. I don't have a reason to go back to TV. It's not like when I was younger, TV was the mecca of entertainment. 80s and 90s, like, that was it. You went to television. You wanted something, you went to television to get entertainment. And now, other things are flourishing, so TV is less of where I go to. There was a point in television that you only could see unless you program your VCR to record it, but you don't even have to do that anymore. So, like, the need to go to television, there is none. I don't have Monday nights with the Fresh Prince, Thursday nights with Different World and Cosby Show, TGI Fridays on ABC, Saturday morning cartoons, The Wire on Sundays. Like, I don't have any of this. So I don't really watch television. It's just like, you know, it's a thing. The best way to describe it is television now is more like a tool in an arsenal of what it takes to be entertained. Primarily, I go to streaming services like YouTube, not even like HBO Max or Netflix or Amazon Prime. YouTube. YouTube is where I primarily go to get my entertainment, because, like, it's informative and it's also fun. I can pick exactly what I want, do that for a blip, cut it out, do something else. Like, I'm so much more fulfilled from doing things other than television. I remember being a kid, and if an award show came on Sundays, that's what we talked about in school on Monday. Like, that was our water cooler moment. Whatever we could get to talk about with each other, and we all had the commonality of watching generally the same thing. Nowadays, like, I don't watch anything. There's nothing that draws me in week after week, episode after episode. Television just isn't the wave for me. It's a prop. It's a decorative piece in my home. My phone. We all know it. My phone. Phone is the real entertainment source. That 6-inch device, or however 8 inches or whatever you got. that device is really where everything goes through. It's not a television. It's not my tablet. It's not programming. And I don't know if that's because I've changed or is it because everything's changed. Thus, I've changed along with it. I used to really look forward to certain shows on television. I don't anymore. There is not a damn show that gets me going. It is, I don't know if it's weird. It's just what it is, I guess. Like, I don't have a real answer. I know I would like to get into television a little bit more. I would like to have that same enthusiasm for shows that people talk about on the internet. I don't have it. I would like to get in the Twitter threads about the shows as they're airing and live tweeting and live streaming depending on the resource. Like, I would like those things, but realistically, I don't know if I'm really just saying that because I'm just saying it to say it or if I really mean it, because it's different. Everything is different. That's the best way to put it. Everything is different, and I don't know if it's me or if it's the world or a combination of both. You know, I just don't know. My brain is wired to do different things with different entertainment media. So if I am watching television, I need commercials. The timing of when a commercial hits during a television show is important to me because it gives me pacing for the television show. If I'm watching sports, it has to be live and it has to be on an actual television. I'm not watching sports on an app, on my phone, or my tablet, or computer. That can't work for me. I need the appeal of sitting in a chair to look at the screen and see the competition in sports. If I'm watching a movie on television and it has a commercial, I've got a problem. This isn't a movie anymore. The pacing is disrupted. I don't know what's going on here. And I bring all of that up to say, I don't know what I find entertaining anymore. It's really hard to figure out what I like and what I enjoy. I mean, that's just it. I just said it there. I'm saying it again. Like, I don't know what I like and I find entertaining as far as television. Just don't have a clue anymore. It is difficult and strange. It's not difficult like I gotta find a way to pay bills and my kids can't eat. Difficult. But, you know, there are moments of your day where you just don't have anything. You just want to zone out. You just want to veg out and turn your brain off. And you just need something to occupy space or fill the room with sound. Or it's not a person. It's not a hobby. It's just good old fashioned sitting on the couch watching television. I can't find anything. Everything only entertains me up to a point, and it's probably because of how the world shifted. And quick, fast, and hairy kind of entertainment, and that's the only thing of value. Like, can I find a quick hit of dopamine really, really quick, and then move on to something else? But because television has always been a part of my world, and it's filled in a space that's been so daily, like it's just been a daily part of my life. I keep looking at it like it's supposed to do something else, and it doesn't. And when it does do something else, I don't like it. Case in point, see a movie in theaters, watch it on the big screen, come home, see it on a network that airs commercials. This is not the same movie. Why am I watching this movie? They are replacing words, dubbing it with actors who sound nothing like the original character. And then there's commercials, and that just throws off the film. Also, sports. I enjoy sports to a degree, and then I don't anymore. But I have to watch sports on television. I can't watch it on anything other than television. Not a mobile device, not a laptop. Has to be a television. And commercials have to be there. Like it's got to feel live, even though I know there's a tape delay. Like I have to have it in that way, but I don't want to watch that all the time. I'm just not going to have a Saturday where I'm just watching sports all day. Not me, not my jam, not the way I get down. It's just never going to happen that way. I would like to figure out what the hell this is. This is not important. I get it. This is the least important thing to worry about in the day-to-day life and operation of Jaydelnegro. But that question came up on the Don't Judge Me podcast, and I just couldn't figure out. Like, I was dumbfounded. And I thought about it, and I was like, I really don't like anything. Anything. It's man. It's a thing. It's a thing, and I want to get to the bottom of it, because, like, I know I'm gonna need a resource or an outlet other than people or my hobby, or like I'm gonna need to dumb down from time to time. I don't want to use my brain all day every day. Who does? It's work. It's work to be alert and attentive. I just sit back, enjoy something that's being presented to me. I appreciate that, and I got to figure out what the hell I like, because that's it. It's me. I'm the problem here. I know this.
I did like Ready to Love. The first, before they got to DC, all the seasons prior to DC, it felt like genuine programming. But after DC, it felt like the people wanted to be on TV more than they were wanting to be in love. And it very well could have been the same beforehand, but the characters were more thoughtful in the beginning than they are now. Like, this Miami iteration is a joke. None of these people are ready to love, but they are ready to be on television. I think it happens with most things. Like, you create it with the intention of one thing, and then it grows and or spirals into something else. But Ready to Love is not good anymore. Like, when I think of things people binge, so if we go back to the beginning of the pandemic, Tiger King, absolutely on board for that. That was wild. That was crazy. It was strange. It was a story I would never expect to take the twists and turns it did, especially after the guy got his hand bit off by a tiger and came back to work. Like, that was reason enough to quit. And the characters were strange, so it gave me a reason to come back. But every episode had to outdo the next episode, or else I wasn't interested. It wasn't worth it anymore. Like, the second season, never watched. That's another thing about me. I'll start a show, watch the first season, and be on board for it, and won't go back to it.
So I'm going to try to speak about this in the order in which it was delivered. Ready to Love. I had a good time watching that show. I thought the people were genuine. I felt like the show was trying to make actual connections between people, using people who were experienced and had things they've moved past, because now they're ready to get to something else. But then I noticed that the cast started trending down in age, which led me to feel like, all right, they need storylines, because the older people aren't necessarily going to start shit, but the younger people will make it a little spicy, a little more attractive, things sit up higher, abs tone firmer, that kind of thing. And it stopped feeling like people trying to make a connection, and instead people looking to hire an agent because they wanted to be on television and expand beyond that. Like, I know some of the earlier cast members, there were some actual love connections, and people may have gotten married or engaged or anything like that. And I know Joy and Clifton from DC 2, they're doing pretty good right now. But generally, like, it just stopped. It stopped feeling like this was different, and it started feeling like everything else, because, like, things in programming, like, they want to program something safe enough for you to feel comfortable with to tune back into week after week after week, or however the show actually airs. during the pandemic, we all got exposed to the Tiger King and Benoodles, but Netflix is good for Benoodles entertainment. They're always throwing out a docuseries or a documentary or something that's just like, wait, what? This person did what? Like the Manti Teo and didn't know the full scope of the details. The one out in Utah with the Latter-day Saints or Mormon family where the dad, the mom, and the daughter all got it on with the same dude because he was manipulative and the family was gullible and naive. Just stuff on Netflix that they're good for throwing you a curveball. And I appreciate that because that works. But like long standing, I never went back to Tiger King 2. He was in jail. Like the story was told. There was no more Tiger King in my opinion. Like I didn't care about whoever else was in the story. The intrigue was the initial story, and then after that, it just fizzled out for me. Like I didn't want to go back. I'm sure plenty of people didn't want to go back, but I was definitely one of those people who didn't want to go back. And I understand what I'm talking about right now is insignificant, but it's about me and me thinking out loud, trying to figure out what the heck I like. I don't know. Don't have a clue. If I had to try to like put it together and say what I'm into, building the perfect show, what would I'm not going to say I don't know. I want something happening. That's generic, but it's the truth. I want something happening in the story. There is a reason we want to get to the end. Whether the something happening is, I don't know, a plane crash being diverted or, finding your long lost love, whatever. I want there to be a goal and a reason to get to that goal. I want that in the show. I want honestly, I want attractive people in the show. Doesn't have to be supermodels or whatever, but I want people who look good enough for me to want to tune back into these people. And look good enough is just like regular people. I don't want oddities, if you will. I don't want me to have to normalize some type of person in order to accept them as characters or participants in the show. No, I just people, regular, attractive people. For example, Tiger King, they weren't good looking people, but they were regular enough where it wasn't just so off. If even like the dudes who lived in the trailer, they were regular trailer park attractive, but if they were less than that, I wouldn't have watched the show. I wouldn't. No. I'm done with that. Frequency. I want it to air at least once a week, and the type of show, meaning like comedy, sitcom, action, adventure, mystery. I want a mystery with some comedic elements, like just abstract, kind of not as far off as Twin Peaks, but just that Atlanta kind of vibe to it. A little more just deadpan humor where you can get the joke and you don't have to be too smart. But I want that. That's the show I would want. A mystery involving a reason to get to the end with attractive people. That's the show I just created. And hopefully in the next 40, somebody does something with that idea and gives me the show and programming that I am looking for. Yeah, that's it. Again, I'm aware that this episode is a bunch of nothing, but I wanted to share a little bit about me, and this is a thing. When it comes to entertainment, television is a hard sell for your boy. Real hard sell.